Staying on trend, on theme, as it were, of the last few weeks. I have a movie quiz for you again. Yeah. Okay, but
Okay.
this one, from the looks of it, it's like it has a year. Oh, okay, yeah, it has every Pixar film here.
Okay. All right.
So well, it has 24 of them up until the
Okay.
year 2021, and there's a 3 minute timer.
3 minutes down. All right.
So if I say the years to you, like one by one, we'll try like hit off the films that came out that year, yeah.
Okay.
And then if not, maybe you skip it, come back. But we're just gonna see how many you can get through in the 3 minute timer, yeah.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
So just before you start, like, do you know what the first Pixar film was, like, just off the top of your head?
Toy Story.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Toy Story.
Yep.
Bugs
Next.
Life.
Yeah.
Toy
Oh,
Story
wait.
2.
Bugs Life. Yeah.
Toy Story 2.
Yeah. 2001 is the next year.
Was it Monsters Inc?
I think it's Monsters Inc.
Or was it Nemo? No, Nemo was 2004, I think.
Yes,
And then
Monsters
it was
Inc. 2003. Oh yeah, I know this one.
Nemo, or is it Incredibles?
I think it's The Incredibles.
Okay, Incredibles.
Oh no, The Incredibles was 2004. Okay, never mind. If they're not coming up in order, you can just kind of say whatever ones.
Okay.
So
Oh, what? So I just have to list off how many I
yeah,
can name.
yeah, just list them off. But I think it
Oh,
makes it
okay,
easier
alright.
if you say the year.
So Incredibles 2004.
Yeah. Next one's
Then
2006.
that's Cars. Then after Cars, it was Ratatouille. And after Ratatouille, it was Up. And after Up, which was 2000.
Oh no, you're missing one between Ratatouille and Up.
Between Ratatouille and Up, what was that?
To be fair, it's one that I don't usually watch.
It's not Brave. That was like 2012, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'll write that one in now, though.
Oh
Do you want to skip
god.
it and keep going?
Yeah, I'll come back to that one.
Okay, so 2010.
Oh, Wally.
It's
It was
Wally.
Wally between. Damn. Ew, I thought that would have
Yeah.
been after. 2010. That was either. That was Toy Story 3, right?
Yep.
And then it was Brave, and then it was Cars 2.
There's one in 2011 between Toy Story
Planes?
3. I don't think Planes is Pixar. I think it's like
Disney.
it's like a
Planes.
weird offshoot.
Uh,
It is Cars 2, 2011. 2013? I think it's Inside Out.
13. Yeah. Inside Out, and then
That's
Good
2015.
Dinosaur.
Jesus Christ.
Monsters University.
Ah,
Was
yeah,
it 2013? And then around that time, it might have been The Good Dinosaur. No, that came out after. Literally, The Good Dinosaur and Inside Out came out like quite
Yeah,
close together.
yeah. So we have 30. I've paused it real
Alright.
quick. We have 30 seconds left, and we've got to get from 2016 to now. If we don't hit it, it's probably because my typing ain't A1. But
Okay.
I feel like we'll hit it though. Yeah,
So
you ready?
going from
2016.
2016. Okay, go. Coco. And
That's 2017. There's
Toy
another one from 2017.
Toy Story 4, but that's not 2017. That was quite recent.
Bro, how the fuck are you supposed to type this fast?
Toy Story 4, there's
Yeah. And
Incredibles
time,
2.
Time is up.
And then
But
the last two
can
was
you still save them though? We're missing one,
The Rose-
2, 3, 4, 5. You're missing
It's
5.
5.
Yeah. So 2016 is 26. It's a sequel.
Incredibles 2.
No.
Cars
Incredibles
3.
2 is that's 2017, but it's still one from 2016, a sequel.
Oh, 2016 sequel. I already said Monsters University, so it can't be that.
Yeah, I think it's one of the more
Finding
slept on.
Dory.
It is Finding Dory.
And
then so then it's
so I
Cars
hit
3,
3 out of those
Coco. Yeah,
5, right?
it's
Or
just
2 out of the 5.
it's just for the last 3. So from 2020
So
to
that
now.
was Lewis Luca.
Yeah.
What was it called? The jazz man thing. What was it called?
The jazz man thing.
It had some like bougie name. What was it? I'm lost. I can't remember what it was called.
Okay, but do you remember the one that came out before it? Same year?
That would have been Toy Story 4, wouldn't it?
It's not Toy Story 4. I got Toy Story 4. That was 2019. So there are 2 that came out 2020.
No,
It's always the more recent ones that stump you, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what the other one is, but
I
can see the one that I was trying to name. I just can't
Yeah.
remember the name of it.
The fancy jazz man you're trying to name is Soul,
That's it.
and the other one is Onward.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was like
yeah.
pandemic stuff. Nobody saw that. I tell a lie. Probably some people did see it, but I don't. I've not heard anyone talk about it. Let's say.
Yeah, no, to be fair. But yeah, no, that was a quick little speed quiz there. I think that was more of a test of my typing speed than it was thing. But I feel like we did pretty decent.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't too bad.
The 2 damn cousins out, they're watching movies. Hi there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Reinventing the Real, everyone's favourite podcast, where we take on favourite TV shows, movies, everything, whack them in a blender, and just see what we can do with it. As always, I'm one of your co-hosts, guys.
And I'm Cameron.
How you doing this week, man?
Yeah, I'm not bad. Pretty decent. Yourself?
I can't complain. Just been
yeah.
chilling, you know?
Love that.
Chilling, grilling, thrilling, all of the above. Yeah. So like we said, you know, we whack all these films in a randomizer, and just see what we can do with it. Last week we got like a Sacha Baron Cohen film.
Yeah.
And it was like for Ballad of Greg or something like that.
Yeah. What a time. Greg
chaotic energy. This week we're back to doing a random one. We're just gonna see what we get.
Yeah.
So, Cameron, gonna hit me with those magic words.
Spin that reel.
Ooh. I kind of, but just then, I've just realised that the noise I make kind of sounds like, you know, in Team America World Police, when they have the terrorists and they're just like, Durka, Durka.
Oh. This is... Okay.
Is that racist?
No, you're quoting a film. I mean, if the film's racist, it's
yeah.
I mean, that's not for us to discuss. It's
for
the general public. But yeah. Anyway, what film did we get?
I love you. You love
Barney.
me. We're a great big family with great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? Yeah, we got Barney. I don't know why I had to go creepy like that. I'm quite excited though, because I feel like
big dinosaur.
Like, stuff like this is where we shine. Properties that you're like, what the hell are we gonna do with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like that time when you came around to mine, and we just sat and watched Come On Over to Barney's house.
Oh yeah.
Like 16 years old, 15 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a strange time.
A very strange time.
Oh
We
well,
move.
what
Yeah.
randomizers will we get to put a spin?
Has to be a stoner movie.
Okay.
Has to have a montage.
Yeah.
And it has to be R rated.
Damn. All right.
I feel like, yeah, the sky's really the limit on this one.
Yep. Hmm.
What are you thinking? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Initial thoughts? Well,
Yeah.
Barney he was like a teddy bear in it,
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
and
are
then
you
like
thinking like Ted kind of angle?
I don't know. Well, I wanted to go off that like he's been maybe forgotten about for a while. It's like no one's
Okay.
really, you know, he's not really been about as much. I don't know.
Mm.
I just want to go off the angle of maybe he's just came from. He's apparently from their imagination. That's how the song
Yeah.
went, right?
Yeah.
So, what happens to something when you forget about them for that long? Or who knows? What about you? What are your thoughts?
Okay. Okay. Um. Yeah, I don't know. Initially, I think I was kind of thinking like a like a yeah, he's been neglected, and so he comes back for revenge, or something like twisted. I feel like I'm the more twisted one. I always like leaning more towards like violent reimaginings of childhood favorites.
Yeah.
Like, did I not do the fucking Koala Brothers get hijacked by fucking um? So yeah, you know, I feel like that's the way I tend to lean. Um, like maybe like one of the kids who used to work with Barney, one of his associates, if you will,
Yeah.
is now like a stoner or something. You know, he's got nothing in life. He's like, I used to work with Barney to do this, and they're like, hey man, come on, don't be that guy. Barney isn't real.
Oh,
And then like over the course of his life, he yeah, like you said, like he just kind of forgot about Barney. Like he
yeah.
pushed it real down, but then something like reawakens him, and then he yeah, yeah, yeah. See, so what is Barney's objective? What's his mission? What does he do? Like
Don't
bring
know.
love or whatever to the
Yeah, he's just like teaching kids.
yeah,
Gives them a
the ins and
lesson.
outs. Yeah.
Like, yeah, just topics, all that.
So yeah, yeah. Perhaps it's something like that. But he's like, oh no, you know, I've got to change the game here. I've got to figure out a new way to thing, you know.
Yeah.
And so there's like a montage of Barney in the thing, like just like on the internet, just scrolling through everything, you know. And then he
Oh
comes
yeah.
back to the guy, and he's like, "Oh, you ready to
So
get lit?"
okay. So initially, so if this guy was like getting Barney, he'd like come back and Barney would be like, "I want to help you. You know, I helped you so much as when you were a kid and all that. I helped everyone." And he was like, "Oh, it's not that easy. You know, you're just dealing with kid stuff. Whereas this is the real world. Like you've never dealt with anything adult." He's like, "Oh, I could try." And then Barney realizes the world is not as
That's
fine as
peaches
it
and
seems.
cream. Yeah,
Yeah. This film
nice.
could be like a whole metaphor for growing up as well.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard.
And yeah, who knows? Even Barney has to come back, and if he's real now, how's he gonna function in this world? I mean, I assume he'd just like have his same job as a children's entertainer type thing,
Not
but
Mr. Tumble.
but he could snap. You never know. There's a lot of existentialism in that.
Yeah.
What makes a person tick, even if you're a big purple dinosaur.
Even if you're a 7 foot purple dinosaur, it's got to be something that gets you out of bed in the morning.
Yeah. Okay, well, the film could start, and it could be Barney like, "This isn't how I planned my life to go. Didn't think I'd end up here, floating in this pool, dead. When to find out how we got here, we're gonna have to go back,
You're
way back." And it like goes all the way back to Barney. I can't remember if it was called something else. What?
just Barney, innit?
Just
Yeah.
Barney, yeah. And he's on his show, and everybody's loving it. It's basically like a whole. It's like an episode from the show, just like it looks a lot more modern, I guess, like with all the new cameras and that. And yeah, it just goes for a great show. And he's like, "Oh, that's me. Yeah, but I'm Barney the dinosaur." How I come about is when I don't know, was it like a daycare or something? Now I'm trying to think about the logistics of this show. It's so very strange. Yeah, and they turn up, and then it's just like, "Hey, it's Barney. Now he's real." And then fucking you had TJ or PJ or whatever you call him, and then BJ, there you go. And
No,
then you
it's
had the
B.
other one
Yeah.
who's I always didn't like that girl one. Baby Bot. Yeah. Well, there's also like another dinosaur here, one in the
Oh,
middle.
like a blue one or something.
Nah, he's like a, is it like an orange?
Oh, what the hell?
Strange. I think he came in the later seasons. Oh well. Anyway, Donnie,
Oh, what
Barney,
the hell is
going through a
that?
show, loving life.
Sorry, I had to Google that little orange. I don't like that. Sorry, sorry. Proceed.
And so he's like, they're going for a show, and then he's like, one day it all just stopped. It's like nobody came to the school anymore, and I was left on the shelf, left in like dust. And then like
Oh, no, no.
these,
Sorry,
oh, you're
I
right.
thought my thing stopped recording, but no, I'm still good. I'm still good.
Okay, so the guys, these people come, like these like YouTube channels and stuff where they explore
Mm.
abandoned places, and Barney's house is just so happened to be one of those, and they're like, "Oh, we found like the real Barney toy," and that, and so like it was still in good condition, and then it like went up to auction or something, and it just got bought up by this like TV history
Yeah, yeah.
museum or something. And then he's like, "Oh, I've just was kept in some glass." And then like it cuts to our other main character, who you said about was like he's a stoner kid. He's he's a 20 something, like type of guy who was in the Tetris episode. If you've seen that, yeah, yeah. So yeah, we'll call him Zach, and he's like, he's just doing nothing with his life. He lives in like his parents' basement and that, and they're like, "Oh, when are you gonna like get a job?" And that guy says he's got something in the works. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna like I don't know, I've got a job interview coming up or whatever. Just like give me a couple of days to like sort it out, and I'll be all right." Yeah. His parents are like, "Well, this is the last warning. If not, if you don't turn your life around, like we're kicking you out. Like yeah,
Yeah,
we
I'll get
can't
back up
deal
on my
with you
feet.
here anymore. It's like we need the space and all that kind of stuff." He's like, "Oh, fine, whatever."
Yeah,
And so he just like they like slam the door, leave him alone. He just like starts smoking shit.
yeah.
Like, "Oh, forget yous, whatever." And like I don't know, he's like listening to music, he's jumping around or something, and he
Yeah.
hits into like this box, and then like a videotape like falls out or something, and it was like Zach's episode on Barney,
Okay.
like because his parents just like taped it or something, and he's like, oh jeez, and he was like, he starts having like flashes of like memories of it, and he's like,
Yeah.
oh god, I can't deal with this. It's like some bad stuff happened there, but it doesn't exactly tell you what at that moment. He's not happy with it, and so yeah. So anyway, he'll go off into his job
Mm.
interview. It's like the next day or something, and it's at this same museum, this TV museum or whatever. And they go in and they're like, oh, so you're Mr. Zach or whatever. He's like, yeah, yeah. So what can you bring to the table? He's like, I've got like quite a good set of skills, and I'm reliable, and it's just not a very good interview, to be fair.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, well, thank you, but we don't think you're the best fit for us. And he just like pretty much loses it. He's like keeps his cool there, and then he goes out the door. He's like, for God's sake, oh, I hate, like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm gonna get kicked out. Gonna lose my job. Oh, he hasn't got a job.
I'm gonna lose
but
my job.
but he sees this like Barney doll, like new attractions, like come see the original Barney doll or whatever, and he's like,
Yeah.
he looks at it, he sees it, he's not happy, and he just smashes the glass, and he grabs it and runs, and
Yeah.
he
Yeah. Excuse me, sir.
runs home with his Barney doll, and just gets down the stairs, and chucks it at the wall. He's like, God, this is all your fault. I wish you weren't real. Hate you. Oh, and like he just hears a voice. It's like, but I'm not real. I'm in your imagination.
Yup,
Like,
yup.
and through the power of imagination, he just Barney becomes real. He comes to life. He's like, it's like that bit in Aladdin where it's 10,000 years give you such a crick in
That's
the
a
neck.
crick in the neck.
It's like, oh, it's been like 18 years or something, 20 years since I've been seen, since I've come out of this bear. Oh, finally get to stretch the old legs. Who's finally remembered old Barney? And then Zach's like, oh god, I gotta lay off this stuff. What the hell? Oh, this is trippy. What happens next?
Okay. And he's like, let me assure you, you're not on any sauce. That's more like Goofy. I don't know. I need to. To be fair, have you ever seen Barney and Goofy in the same place at the same time?
True.
He's just like, oh no, this can't be real. This can't be happening. And he's like, how is this? Why is everything bad always happening to me? And he's like, it sounds to me like you're a little self-defeating. I'm gonna stop doing that because it's just goofy. And he's like, what do you mean I'm self-defeating? I'm not self-defeating. You defeated me. You ruined my life. He's like, do you know what that does to a child's self-esteem? He's like, imagine like being a child and being told, oh, you're destined for greatness, you're destined for that. Yeah? Now times that by 10. That's what you did. You know? As a child, I had the weight of the world on my shoulders. You know, I was friends with a 7-foot purple dinosaur, for fuck's sake. And then you just disappeared and left me. Do you know how poorly that sets me up? Do you know how bad my social skills were? It's like for 2 years after you left, I was just talking to other dolls, hoping they'd come to life.
Jesus.
And he's like, I mean, I guess I didn't really. He's like, I didn't really think of it. I say, no, you didn't really think, did you? He's like, do you know? Do you have any idea of what you've done? Do you want to see the real magic you've done?
Oh.
And he like whips out his phone and messages him and goes, it's like an address. He's like, there now. He's like, you guys are gonna want to see this.
Oh.
And he's like, oh boy, where are we going? He's like, just get in the car. And he's like cramped, because
Yeah.
he's very big. And they get to this place, and it's like a rundown church.
No.
And they open the door to the church, and there's like a flickering like light bulb just in the middle, and everyone's like sat in a circle,
Yeah.
and they're all like talking, and they look up, and they're like, do you want to talk next, Demi? And she's like, I mean, there's nothing I haven't already said, I have a heroin and everything. Oh my god, it's him. And they all look up, and Barney looks back at like these broken people,
Jeez.
that all came from him.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? Like his voice just changes. He's like, what is this? And he's like, this. So this is what living and putting your imagination first does.
Jesus.
So why do you think I'm addicted to smoking? And it's like for Barney survivors support group or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that,
Mm.
And so like he like sits. He's like, just stay at the back. You're gonna freak everyone out. Like this is a safe space.
Yeah.
He's like, but they already saw me. He's like, nah, it was only her who saw you for now. He's like, just sit back and try and take in as much as you can. And he just like sits there and just hears everyone going, he did this, he did that, he ruined me. I can't eat bread anymore because of him. Well, what's poppin', nickel bread? And just stuff like that. And they get to the end, and he's like, so do you still feel like you're helping people? Do you still feel like you're bringing happiness into the world? He's like, no. He's like, I really failed you guys. I'm so sorry. He's like, don't worry, bro. I can turn this around. And like runs off. And he goes, and like Zach goes, okay. Yeah, that's not what I was hoping would happen. And then like Demi pops out, and she's like, is that something we're gonna have to worry about later? And he's like, nah, we'll be fine, probably.
Sure. Well.
Bam! Smash cut to next morning. He's just Zach's waking up. Demi's in the bed, maybe, or something like that.
No.
Yeah, I don't know if you're catching this. Demi's played by Demi Lovato.
Nice.
So she's like in the bed. Like when you just kind of see the behind, and it's like there's like a single ass cheek out or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Like one of them ones,
Yeah.
So he wakes up and he picks up his spliff from the night before, and like he goes to light it, and he's like, is that bacon? What? He like comes down the stairs, like pulling up his boxers with the spliff and tea. He's like, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, good morning.
Jesus.
He's like, I decided to make a whole feast. I want to change things. I want to turn this around. I want to help you guys become the best you can be. And that starts with a big nutritious breakfast. And he's like, oh, thank you. He's like, yeah, look, I've got this special mushroom omelette and everything I've made for you and Demi. And they come down and they're like, oh yeah, and they like start tucking into it. And he's like, yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. He's like, have you got anything planned for today then? He's like, oh no, I'm probably just gonna, have a nice calm day, do some job research online. He's like, oh yeah, it's probably for the best. You wouldn't want to be out when they kick in. And he's like, he's like, what? When what kick in? He's like, the mushrooms.
Oh Jesus.
He's like, what? He's like, I told you I made you guys special mushroom thing. Special mushroom omelets. Did you not say you wanted? You said I was listening last night, and you said that's why you get high. To feel better. So I just want you to feel better. Wait, did I do something wrong? And like as he looks at Demi, and he's like,
Jesus.
And just like the walls start melting,
Bloody hell.
and he looks down at like his like the rest of the omelette and the toast. This is like the world's fastest acting mushrooms, by the way. I think he looks down at like the toast, and it grows a face, and it's like, "Don't eat me! I'm in so much pain." And he looks at Debbie, and she's like, "Ah!"
Jesus.
And then what happens?
My God. They're all freaking out, like,
Yeah.
in this kitchen. And Barney's like, what's wrong? And he, like, morphed into, like, a giant T-Rex or something. Zach's, like,
Yeah.
shitting himself, like, crawling across the floor, like, oh my God. He's like, oh. Barney's like, okay, it's okay, I can fix this, I can fix this. And so he goes out, and then Zach's just shouting, no, don't come back, don't come back. And so he goes out and he's like, oh, I need to find PJ and Baby Bop. They can help me. And so, like, he's like, oh, I need to go back to where I came from. And so he finds like this the abandoned Barney house or whatever. He thinks, oh, where are they? Because they were toys too, I'm assuming. I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
And
pretty sure, yeah.
yeah, and he goes to look for him. He's like, oh, I can't find him. What the hell? And then I don't know. Barney's just like driving around, he's trying to think like, where could my friends be? You know, like, I mean, they must stand out. They're either teddies or they're massive, like, dinosaur
Dinosaurs.
things.
Either way.
And then he like drives past this place and it's like, come see Baby Bop live, and he's like, Baby Bop live? What's she doing?
Oh,
like,
no,
oh my God.
no, Cameron.
And so like,
Oh, okay.
he runs into this place and everyone's like, what the hell? And then he's like, oh, excuse me, I'm looking for Baby Bop. He's like, yeah, a lot of guys are. And then he's like, no, but like, I'm her friend, you know, we go way back. We used to help people. She's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure she's off helping someone now. But I think she'll be on in 5 minutes, but don't worry. And he's like, okay, I can wait. And they're like, and now, that was Lady Finch. Now, next up.
Wait, hold on. No, are we just going to Lady Finn?
I don't know. I needed to look around my room for things,
Okay.
and the Goldfinch book was there, and yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, and now here's our main attraction, Baby Bob. And if you haven't guessed already, Baby Bob is a stripper, and Barney has like gone into this place. He's like, oh my God, what the hell? It's like, no, she's like, Barney, what? Ah, she just like runs off backstage, just like. He like runs in after her, and everyone's like, "Hey, you can't go back there." And he just like starts fighting off these guys, like, "No, I need to talk to her." And so he goes backstage in her dressing room, and he's like, "Why would you do this?" Well, and she's like, "You know how long I've been awake for? I've never been able to go back to like my other form. You know, nobody forgot me. It's like they ripped me out of the house." Because I have potential, they said. They said I was going to make it big in Hollywood. Now look at me. I'm here dancing. Now I can't do it anymore, Barney. I can't do it. I'm so close to just ending it all. And he's like, no, I'm here now. I'm here. And then they hug it out. And then, like, someone kicks in the door. He's like, oh, yeah, I told you you can't come back here. And start shooting around Barney. And they're like, oh, no, we have to get out. So they're, like, pushing through everyone. And, like, they're getting shot at and shit. And get in like Zach's car, and they just start driving. They're like, "Oh, I've got some people we need to help out," and she's like, "No, Barney, I'm not doing it. I can't. I'm not gonna like. I'm not here. You need to just get me out of town. Like that's me. I'm screwed now. Like I can't show my face here anymore. It's like if it weren't for you, everything was alright. But now you came around, and I was just living with it. But now you've just brought back so much shit." And he's like, "Okay, shut up. Shut up. It's fine. We just need to find." PJ it's BJ and it will be fine. And she's like, oh,
you don't want to know where he's working.
I haven't spoke to him in ages. It's like, yeah, I don't even know if he's still alive. So he has to be. He's, you know, it's BJ, everybody's favorite, like cool dino. And then it's just like smash cuts to like, I don't know, some massive building. And it's like a skyscraper. And he's like, do you all know why I called you here today for this meeting? And everyone's like, oh, no. And he just turns around and it's him in like a suit in a chair. He's like, because we haven't made this quarter. What have I told you all about making sure those Johnson budgets are all up to tip-top shape? You know how much I bust my ass here working? All these calls I have to make? The amount of money we move around? You got the IRS up our fucking asses? It's like, don't look at me like I'm some stupid yellow dinosaur. You know who I am? I'm fucking Blaskowitz Johnson.
And then he's got like a. Sorry, I'm sorry. Blaskowitz Johnson. You know, like in Spider-Man, and he's got like Hoffman, and he's like he's like Hoffman, and he's like he's kissing his. He's got like a little sidekick. He's like, oh yes sir, very good sir.
Yeah.
Like, just because my name's BJ, don't try to suck me off every 5 minutes.
So they're. This goes back to the car. They see a sign as like BJ and Kyle or whatever. It's like, oh, maybe he might be there. And funny enough, he is there. And they're like, so they go into this building. And go to the reception. It's like, oh yeah, I'm looking for BJ. It's like, we don't have anyone by that name here. So I know, come on, I saw his face. His face is on the building. Like, it's BJ. It's like, do you mean Blaskowitz Johnson? He's like, who's that? No, we're talking about BJ, you know, lovable, cool dinosaur. He's like, oh, it's fine, I'll find him. It's okay. She's like, no, sir, you can't go up there. Like, no, security. And it's fine. He's already going up in the lift. He cuts back to this meeting, and he's just going off. He's like shouting at everyone, saying like, we need to be better, all that kind of stuff. And then he just sees Barney, like walking through. And he just goes silent, and everyone's like, sir, what? And they all look back and they're
He
like,
never goes silent.
yeah. And they're just like, oh no. Like, they know something's like gonna happen.
Yeah.
And Barney's like, BJ! And he just goes, you son of a bitch. Just lunges at him. And Barney's like, oh, what are you doing, BJ? It's me, Barney. He's like, no, don't you ever fucking call me that. Listen, you don't have the right to come here after all these years. Where were you? Where were you? Me and fucking Baby Bop had to scrounge on the streets for years. It wasn't until I crawled my way out of that guy. He didn't want to get out there. But now I'm here and I'm up. And I've been doing fine without you. I don't need you. So why are you here? Tell me. He's like, oh, I just want to bring joy to all these people. You know, I just want to go back to how things were. And, you know, apparently I've affected a lot of people. I don't see why. I was helping them as children. He's like, yeah, you affected a lot of people. You affected us as well. You know how hard it is to get by in this city being a fucking dinosaur? Everyone looks at you, and not even like a dinosaur that they can put in a zoo. Because they tried that one time. Yeah. The amount of shit I've had to put up with. Just because of how I look, how I talk, how I was. You know what I've had to do to get the respect I deserve, just like any other person. Where were you to help out with that, huh? I looked at you like a father and you just left us. It's like, well, it wasn't my fault. Nobody could remember me. It's like, no, we remembered. But it didn't matter if we remembered, did it? Because every week you'd help some kids. And, you know, there'd be someone new to help for you. You never looked out for what was truly in front of you. Like, get the fuck out of my office. And Barney's just like, but BJ had another word. And I will fucking kill you. And then he just leaves. And he's like, he's shocked. He's never been spoken to that way. It's like, and Baby's like, see, I told you wouldn't come around.
Yeah.
And he's like, whatever. We just need to go. I'll drop you off back home. She's like, what? You gonna leave me again? Like, oh, I don't know. What do you want me to do? She's like, I don't know. You've probably got money or something, haven't you? Like, you can help me out a bit. It's like, money? Yesterday I wasn't even awake. It's like, I don't even know where I am. I'm scared. I'm lost. I just want to do what, I used to do. I just need everyone. I just need help. She's like, oh, so did we. But you can't come back after all these years of just expecting us to help you or expecting you to do all the things you used to do and just the world changes, Barney.
Damn.
Everything changes. He's like, but
Yeah.
I tried to help even in the most adult way. Go on.
He's like, but we're family. Like, I
Yeah.
love you guys. And she's like, this can't be fixed with just a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah,
That was
fair enough.
it.
Yeah. And then he's like, all right, well, I just need one favor before you go. She's like, fine, what is it? And they go back to the house and they're like screaming and rocking back and forward. These things were like terrible. And she's like, Jesus, Barney, what have you done? Have you like traumatized these people? He's like, no, this is Zach. He was on the like season 3, episode 4. And
Yeah.
this is what was it? Demi. She was on season 2, episode 16. Apparently I really screwed them up like when they were kids, and there's a whole support group for like people like them, and they just said that they took drugs to be happy, and if that's what made them happy, that's what I did. She's like, you're so transparent. You're such an idiot, Barney. She picks them up. She's like, right, we gotta get them to the hospital. I don't know how much you've given them, but they look like they're off.
Oh my god, he just left these guys tripping on mushrooms.
Yeah, literally. He
I
didn't know how to
completely
sort it
forgot.
out because and that's why he went for everyone else. So anyway, they took him to the hospital and everyone was like, oh my god, it's Barney. They're like, what? Crazy. So anyway, like a few hours later, Zach wakes up in the hospital and like his parents are there and they're like, Jesus, Zach. It's like, what did we say to you the other day? It's like, we can't keep going on like this. It's like, when is it going to end? Like, and he's like, Mom, it wasn't me, I was drugged. She's like, no, don't even talk to me. I never want to see you again. And it's like, she just walks out crying. And then his dad's
Damn.
like, look what you've done to your mother. She can't keep going through this. Zach, we raised you better than this. She's like, but it's all because of that damn dinosaur. It's like, no, you can't keep thinking about imaginary dinosaurs. And just then
You gotta
Barney
take
walks in
responsibility.
as he's saying that, and then he like turns around and he's just like, huh? What? And Zach's just like, get out. I don't want to see you. He's like, just give me a chance to apologize. Like, no, caused enough pain. I could have been great. I could have been whatever I wanted. You even told me that. And now look at me. The very person that I believed in so much. He left me. Then he comes back 20 years later and just does this to me. I thought you were gonna help me. I thought you was gonna put me straight. Like, oh, I don't know. I don't know what to do. You never know, Barney. And I'll let you take it from here. I'll let you round us out to a
Damn.
close.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know whether to go like depressing
Yeah.
or like better, you know?
Oh, follow your heart. Like, so far it's been quite whoa.
This is true.
But maybe, Barney always ended happy. Maybe this time Barney needs a wake-up call.
Damn. Okay. He's like, but do you even know what you put us through? So have you? he's like, but I just, I, okay. And like he just like walks out, and this is where the montage happens, you know.
Uh-huh.
And you see Zach trying to get his life back together. You see him
Yeah.
like going for job interviews and stuff, and Barney's just like slowly spiraling.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you know, so like it will like cut between the two people, like and their day, yeah. So
Yeah.
you see like the two of them both sat on a bench. For like Zach's getting ready, he's like sat on a bus bench getting ready to go to work. Barney's just sat on like waking up on a bus bench because he's got nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
You know, and then like Zach gets into work and he's all excited. He's like chatting with everyone. He's like, haha. Cuts to Barney like, you know, please, any money, any change?
Yeah.
Just nothing. You know, it goes all through the day and that, and then it gets to the end of the day, and Zach gets home and like you can see he's got like a letter from Barney, and he's like, hey, you know, I'm real sorry, I didn't mean to put you through all that. I guess, you know, I just liked the idea of bringing a little bit of more magic to the world, but you know, who am I to say what's magic and what's not? You know, I
Yeah.
have a real habit of, you know, doing my deed and then just dipping, and so, you know, for that I truly am sorry. If there's any consolation, you know, I'm proud of the man you've become and the way you've managed to bounce back from any trauma I may have caused. You got, and then you see this is like you see that all the kids in the support group,
Yeah.
they've all got these. They're all reading through these letters, and this is where you see like Selena Gomez and like what's her name, all just like, and like Barney's got like this little pet cat. He's got like two pigeons with him, just like sat there, and like one's called BJ and the other one's called Baby Bop.
Jesus.
And you see him just tighten
Oh my.
the belt around his arm,
Oh
gives it a
my.
slap.
Oh jeez.
He injects it. He's like, you know, I and like you hear the end of the letter, and he's like, you know, if I never see you guys again, I just want you to know I'm really sorry. But you know, I think it's time for me to see what I put you through. You know, to experience that kind of pain I put you guys through. It's like, and just remember, with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. And then it cuts to him, and you see him like like the heroin start to hit him,
Oh.
and he looks at the pigeons and just goes, "I love you."
Damn. No.
Barney.
God. How sad.
I know, right? I feel like we kind of went off the deep end when we said stoner. And
Yeah.
I don't think we've
Hard.
ever done like a stoner film. Like it's always like crazy drugs that push you into Tetris. Because was that not a stoner movie as well?
Yeah.
We ended up doing like crazy. It was mushrooms again or something
No,
like
it
that.
was Tetris was its own drug, I think,
Oh yeah.
and they were like, take it. I had an idea for this though. If
Okay.
like to push it to a possible sequel. Now we don't have to do this because I like how that ended. But my thought of an ending was like he was about to do like his rock bottom, and then someone finds him and he's like, "Oh my god, you're Barney." It's like everybody loves nostalgia nowadays. Like I want to get you back on TV, and he goes back on TV, and he snaps there on TV and like I don't know, bites some kid's arm off or something.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
that wouldn't be like until the second one. It's like, oh yeah, this he's like back on TV, and
Yeah.
like the next one opens up with Zach flicking through TV or something, and he sees Barney on TV. He's like, how the hell has he got back on here? And then like, but no, I think end it there as a contained story.
That's hard. I like that.
Good one. I like how
Dark.
yeah, I like how we kept VJ there and thing. I didn't want to like have them be. I don't know. I don't know how the rules of this universe works. Of how like how they stayed awake but he didn't. Because if anything, it's like you don't go. Oh, I don't remember the main guy from the show, Barney. It's like if anything, you wouldn't remember. Like, we struggled to remember the names of Baby Bot and BJ before, so like, but yeah. So apparently they still stayed awake, and I guess it was because like they got tried to pull into another life, said they had loads of potential, but oh well.
Mm.
I'm Blaskowitz Johnson.
The name's Johnson. Blaskowitz Johnson.
But yeah, that's been another Reinventing the Real episode.
Yeah.
Barney was like 2019's Joker.
Yeah.
2021's Barney.
Yeah.